Hey, what is up, guys? It's Asan here. Welcome back to part 2 of chapter 10 of functions. So, right now we can define, call, and return. We learned that in part 1. So, now the two finishing touches that make your functions clean and well behaved are what you call scope and docstrings. Alright, so first, scope. It answers the question, where do my variables live? Okay, this might be a bit confusing. So, listen closely. So inside calculate, I make a variable called secret here. The function runs and it returns the answer, and that works fine. But watch the commented line. If I try to print secret here, commented it would return an error. Okay, name error. So what Python is trying to say is that secret isn't defined here. It's in here. In this scope. Right? So because variables, right, created inside a function are local to it only. So it only works inside here. They exist only while the function is running, and they vanish the moment it finishes. The outside world here can't see them. That sounds like a limitation, but it's actually a gift. It means a function is sealed like a little box. Its insides can't accidentally like clobber a variable somewhere in your program. So each function minds its own business. It might take you a while to understand this, but I think you guys should play around with this and see where variables live inside which scope. And if you have any question, do let me know. This course is quite important. All right, now about docstrings. So they are basically like documentation for your function here. So right under the define line here, you write a triple quoted string, and then you can press tab. Like the VS Code will let you press tab. So it basically explains what the function does here, what it takes, like your parameters, and what it gives back, so your returns. So watch the payoff. So when I run help, yeah, when I run help here, Python prints that description back out. So anyone, including future you at maybe like 3 a.m. can ask, oh, what does this do? And you can get an answer. And as a bonus as well, your Copilot agent or any of your AI agent can read your doc strings. So writing good ones makes it like your suggestions like better lah. It's a small habit, but I guess it pays off in a while. And now we tie it back to loops. So remember in the loops chapter, I said a messy while loop condition could be cleaned up with a helper function once you know functions. So here it is. I write is valid here, which simply returns whether the passcode equals bangkai. So it's either like true or false. Now look at the commented loop underneath. While not is valid, bracket PW. So that read almost like an English sentence. While the password is not valid, keep asking. So that's the power of function. You hide the messy details inside a well-named box, and then your main code reads it like plain language. Right. So let's recap the whole chapter here. So DEF, define, it defines a function, it calls by its name, then it runs it. Then you should define it before you call it. So your parameters are basically your placeholders, and the arguments are the value you pass into these parameters. Remember that return hands a value back, while print only shows and gives back a value called none. So variables inside a function are local to the function itself only. So this is what you call scope. And you should learn how to use docstrings to document your functions for both you and your AI agent. Alright, as per usual, at the bottom of the notebook, there are 3 in-class exercises that I would like you to try. And if you have any questions or if you're unsure of anything, you can do let me know and I will try to help you out. Alright, so the next chapter is basically our finish line where we learn about the last data type, which is called dictionaries. And it's quite an exciting chapter. Yeah, I'll see you there.